going to share her screen and we will get started. Hey everybody, welcome to our Coach Spotlight call. We're so excited to have you guys. I know that we have a mixture of coaches and people who are interested in joining this incredible group of women on their health and fitness journey. I'm pretty sure we don't have any dudes here, but if we do, we accept dudes as well. They tend to be in the form of boyfriend, husbands, and significant others, but that's okay. So thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to be with us tonight. I know that it's not always easy to, put off going to bed or getting the kids to bed quickly, because we all are in that boat. We all probably put our kids to bed, right? And having to sit down and take some time out for ourselves to learn and grow. And that's what we do sometimes on Wednesday nights for our team calls. So you're kind of getting a glimpse of what we do as a team on Wednesday nights. So tonight is super special because we get to hear a couple of stories from some of the top coaches on our team. And they are from different parts of the country and also different backgrounds. So you'll get to maybe, what I'm hoping is you see yourself in one of these girls' shoes, because we all started from square one. We all started with ain't following, and we all started with zero knowledge of health and fitness and how to learn and grow and become better ourselves so that we can pour into others. So tonight's Coach Spotlight call is going to get started right now. Let's move on to the next slide. What do we got? KB is our DJ for the night. All right, there we go. So here's our little glimpse of our tribe. If you've been watching some of us on our stories, we just got back from an incredible leadership retreat. We like to host a lot of really fun events, and this is one of our highlights of our year. These are some of the pictures that we took, but our tribe is literally contrived of women from all walks of life, races, backgrounds, all kinds of different occupations, which you're going to hear about tonight. And so some of them are really good at fitness stuff, and they're fitness professionals, or they've been bikini competitors. And some of us are stay-at-home moms, and we're like trying to get rid of our muffin top or trying to lose 50 pounds and feel better about ourselves again. So if you're anywhere in between, you belong on this team. You're a rock star, and you could totally rock this business. So here's a little glimpse of our beautiful faces. And there's a lot, they're top leaders, but there's a lot of incredible women on our team. All right. Katie, you taking this one on? Oh. All right, so who can coach? Am I going, or is Kelly going? Okay.
You were doing this one.
Who can be a coach? All right, I'll keep rolling. Cool. Sorry. Who can be a coach? Go back one more. We are looking for women. Like, this is super simple. And I know sometimes in our minds, we tend to overcomplicate it. We even in the business, when we get in the business, we tend to overcomplicate it. But really, it's super simple. And what we are looking for coaches to join our team, we're looking for somebody who is motivated, somebody who is willing to help others, and somebody who is hardworking. And we are going to teach you how to work this business in the pockets of time that you have. And you're going to hear from moms that have like 5 children, okay? So I'm not talking about moms that have all day long. I mean, for me, I send my kids off to school, and you'll hear that story, and I have all day long to work my business. And we have other moms who have their hands full. We have women who work full-time jobs and have their hands full. So we're just looking for somebody who's motivated to work on themselves, somebody who's willing to help others, and somebody who's hardworking. So in the comment section right now, I want you to go ahead and post where you're from and what your current occupation is. Are you a homeschool mom? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Are you a banker? Are you a police officer? Are you a lawyer? Are you a teacher? Like, let us know, and we'd like to know where you're from as well. Hold on, I want to see some of these. We got New York in the house, Vermont, data marketing at a credit union. I used to work in a bank. Awesome. Panhandle of Florida, stay-at-home mom for Sarah. Oncology nurse. That's amazing. Tara. Full-time teacher, Rhonda. Oh, you're going to hear from Kelly Bachelor, who is a full-time teacher and now a full-time coach. That'll be pretty cool. Second grade teacher and new mom. Congratulations, Jessica. Operations manager, full-time. Stay-at-home mom in Arizona. West Virginia, stay-at-home mom. Architect in South Carolina. Florida in the house. I'll keep going. Orlando has a 4-month-old. Business development manager. All right. Warrenton, Virginia, Alabama, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Danielle, she works in private ophthalmology office. I had to read that one. I'm in Department of Medicine, Residence Fellowship, and Admin Director. So as you can see, and they're probably more, keep typing it, we want to see and we want to hear from you. As you can see, the women who are joining this call and the women that are on our team are from all walks of life, all backgrounds, and different ages. Okay, so we have here, we've got Vanessa. She is a mama, and she's got little fur babies as well. And we've got Valerie here in the picture, stay-at-home mom. Katie here, who is a business travel consultant. She literally went on our diamond retreat and then had to fly off to Canada on the Saturday mornings when we were finishing up. Blaisio is a nurse, now full-time coach. Lauren, background, she was a banker. Now she's pursuing her dreams at Cycle Bar as an instructor and also a full-time coach. Holly, office manager. Lindsay, a homeschool mama and also a twin mom. And then Kelly Binkelman, who is a teacher. So just incredible to see that our team is filled with everyone. You fit in here. You belong here. All right, so let's move into the next slide, KB. Sorry, I call her KB. Kelly Bachelor.
All right, so when you join us on our team, we are going to support you. We're not just going to hang you out to dry and hope that you figure it out on your own. We are a team, and we learned this weekend when we were on our retreat that we work better together. So we are going to support you first and foremost on your health and fitness journey, and we are going to mentor you and guide you through all the different stages of coaching through our team page, our weekly team calls, our weekly coffee chats, our leadership calls, our team trainings. We are always doing something. We've got chats that are constantly going to help each other grow in this business. And outside of this business stuff, we are a group of friends who like to go on trips together, who have a good time, and we like to connect and bond. So tonight you are going to, oops, my screen's not working with me. There we go. Tonight, you're going to hear from 4 of us, and we all have different backgrounds and different stories, different reasons why we became a coach, how we got started on our own health and fitness journey to begin with. And we hope that tonight you're able to take something away from this call, something special, something that you need to hear and get all of your questions answered. So first, we are going to start off with Jatana Jackson. And she is a wife and a stay-at-home mom of 2. She is a 5-time elite coach, a 10-star diamond coach, and she is the founder of Epic Empire.
All righty, ladies. So I always start with kind of level the playing field. And most of you guys, the accolades there, you're like, I don't even know what that means. So it just means I've been in the business and I've been able to help a lot of people become leaders in the business. And so to level the playing field a little bit and tell you about my story and where I came from, I was obviously, I still stay-at-home mom. I had 2 little ones. I was living in Northern Virginia, and I was struggling. You kind of see on the picture here, far left, I posted this picture on social media, and I got some, hate. And they were like, that's not you. That's not your transformation. Anybody's been following me for a while, that's me, 100%, 8-day obsession, all about the Mavs. But that picture on the left, that's Jatana prior to Beachbody. And I can tell you that woman right there, while I am not, overweight by any sense of the imagination, I was extremely unhealthy, extremely mentally unhealthy. I was very tired all the time, and I was this is the biggest one, super lonely. And I don't know if any of you guys live in Northern Virginia. I saw some Virginia people on there. Virginia, especially the northern area, is a very transient area, a lot of military families, and it's very hard to create community. I remember going in, which is in the picture here, in my minivan, minivan moms, right? Going in my minivan, and I would drive to Chick-fil-A, and I would sit in the back of my minivan, and I would nurse one baby. The other one would be sitting in his car seat watching Bob the Builder, and I would eat my chicken minis and my sweet tea, and I would nurse my baby. And that was my free time, when I got to sit in the back of my minivan at Chick-fil-A in the parking lot in Woodbridge, Virginia, and let my kiddo watch Bob the Builder while I nursed my baby, and I got to actually enjoy my food without someone crawling on me. And so let weeks, months, years go by, you start to feel a little isolated and a little cry. I feel a little crazy. And so I was like, you know what? I need to do something about this. I need to do something for my own mental health. I am struggling. I'm not happy. I have everything I've ever wanted, loving husband, healthy children, a beautiful home, and no struggles in life. But for some reason, I was not happy. And so I thought to myself, you know what? I was a college cheerleader. I remember working out was something they always said made you feel better. Maybe I'll start working out. And so I pulled out like Tybo. I went to Target and got Jillian Michaels. Like I tried all these things. And everything was a start and stop kind of mentality, which I'm sure we all can relate to. And then one night I was nursing my little dude, and an infomercial for Insanity came on, and I was like, I can do Shanti. He's like, he's easy on the eye. All I gotta do is put a DVD in, and all I need is a TV and a living room, and I can do that. So I couldn't afford it, or I thought I couldn't afford it. I was like, I'm not paying $60 for a set of DVDs. Like, that's crazy talk to me, especially at that point in life, and especially for something that was supposed to be for me. I don't know if any of you moms can relate to that, but doing something just for yourself, you feel a little guilty for it. And so I didn't want to pay for it. So I posted on Facebook. It shows up every year in my memories. Does anybody own Insanity that I can borrow? So I borrowed those Insanity DVDs from a lady at my church. Never gave them back. Oops. And I started and stopped a bunch of times, just like I did all the other things. And I was getting really frustrated myself. So I sat down one time and I was doing the warm up in Insanity. If any of y'all have ever done Insanity, the warm up's insane. Lives up to its name, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm PG. I was pretty angry at myself, pissed at myself that I couldn't even get through the warm up without getting upset and frustrated, and actually tears, like upset at myself. And I got my phone. It was like an iPhone 2 at the time, because we just got the new ones out, right? And I Googled Insanity. And so the message board came up, and I saw this girl. She was a mom of 2. She had before and after pictures, very similar to what you see there in mine. And I messaged her and I said, I need help. I am struggling right now. And she said, all right, are you on Facebook? Became Facebook friends. She popped me into her challenge group that she was running. And from there, it was like everything that I was missing and had voids in was starting to become filled. I had community of other women who were on this journey as well. I felt excited and invigorated when I got up in the morning to check in with these other women who were on this journey with me. I actually gave a rule to myself. I wasn't allowed to get in the group until I got my workout in, because I was so pumped to be surrounded by these people. So I organically fell in love with coaching. And I didn't even know that it was happening to me until I was about, I don't know, maybe 4 weeks into Insanity. And I was like, you know what? Like, I love this. I don't think, and I almost to the point where I wanted to kind of yell it to the rooftops, there is no woman that ever needs to struggle with the way they look and the way they feel. And a lot of times as women, we feel like we don't have control over it. It's very frustrating to walk into your closet and put on a pair of pants or put on a dress or put on a bathing suit at Target with that horrible lighting with cellulite on our legs, right? Can I get an amen? And think, I don't have control over this. And I started to actually get control over it with my nutrition, with the workouts that Beachbody provided, and with Shakeology. And now with my Energize workout, which I love, our pre-workout. All those things was a formula that I needed to succeed, and I just wish somebody would have told me earlier, because I had struggled so much. So I became very excited to come alongside other women just like me and share with them, you know what? This is a community of incredible people, mainly women, who love on each other, who have the tools to actually achieve results and feel good about themselves again. So I felt empowered. Signed up to become a coach, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But all I know is I love this process. I love what it's done for my life, and I want other women to feel this way too. Like, I wanted to go like door to door. That was probably a little overkill, but I legit want to go door to door. I'm like, girl, stop wasting your time at the gym. It's not working, I promise you. So here's a little bit of some pictures. You can see this is my family prior to Beachbody in the little, there's a cover over it, but I think it's 2012. Before I started Beachbody, my husband was 70 pounds overweight. There's my kiddos. You can see kind of how they've grown. And in the after picture in 2015, which we've continued to maintain these results, you can see that I didn't change a whole lot. Like, I think the most I've ever lost with Beachbody was maybe 11 pounds. And it was never about the weight for me. So if you're in this and you're like, well, I don't have this big transformation story, that's not what it's about. This is about a lifestyle that is healthy and wholesome and uplifting and empowering. And guess what? This world is not full of that. This team is full of that. And so you can see my husband has like completely transformed.
What is it?
I'm just listening to something.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened, but I will go ahead and start because I don't know if it's her screen or my screen, but I see people moving on the side, so I'm assuming that it's her screen. Lauren, will you give me a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me? Because you're the only one I can see. Okay. All right. So I am Kelly Bachelor, and I am a wife and retired teacher. And I use that term loosely, retired teacher, because obviously I'm not young enough to actually retire, but I quit my job last year. I am a fur mama. I am a diamond coach, and I am the founder of Fabulously Fit. So 6 years ago, I was a brand new teacher, excited to go into my first year of teaching. And I'm the type of person that goes all in with something. So teaching was no different. If I commit to doing something, then I'm going to give it my all. And my first year of teaching was exactly that. I poured everything that I had into the students in my room and the parents and my coworkers and the research to make sure that I wasn't known as just a first year teacher. I wanted to make a name for myself and prove to everybody that I was going to be a great teacher. And that year I ended up getting like the parking spot. It was like a teacher parking spot. And I ended up getting it like three times teacher of the month, because when I say I literally put everything into this first year of teaching, I poured everything into it. I completely put everything on the back burner. I was waking up super early, and I am not a morning person. So that's how much I was going all in with this. And I was staying super late, to the point that I was staying at school, and I had a 45-minute commute home because I didn't work where I lived. And I was, staying at school until 6, even sometimes 8 o'clock at night, depending on what was going on. And I had to force myself to leave. And the only reason that I left school was because I was tired of wearing my professional outfit, and I wanted to go home and at least work on the couch and drink some wine and eat dinner. And that continued throughout the entire year. And after consistently putting myself on the back burner, I just kind of got into this realm of like losing myself. We were eating out all the time. Because I was getting home so late, I never made dinner. And my husband owns a pizza restaurant back at the time behind where we lived. So we were constantly eating pizza, fried food, wings, fried chicken tenders. We had our favorite burger place. We would go get sushi, Mexican. I can probably count on maybe 2 hands the times that I was making dinner. So between that and skipping out, hanging out with my friends on the weekend, not hanging out with my boyfriend. Thankfully, he stuck around with me. He's now my husband. I'm surprised, because literally I didn't give him any attention at all the first year of me being a teacher. And after that year ended, I'm standing there with my family. We're on a beach vacation. I am like, thank God I survived that first year of teaching, because that's all I could handle. I needed a break so desperately. And I'm standing there in the bedroom that we had. I'm on a family trip. It was the first time I was bringing my boyfriend. My nephew had just been born. My Nana was going on this trip for the first time. So it was a special trip, and I needed to relax. And I'm standing there with this bathing suit, which is what you see in the picture, the gold and the black, kind of like rhinestone bathing suit on the left. And I'm literally like staring at myself. I try not to get emotional. This is like the point that I usually get emotional. And the emotions just came over me. I'm staring at myself completely different than Kelly and who I was before I was a teacher. I had only seen myself for the last year as a teacher, and that's all that I had put into me. So I'm standing there 15 pounds heavier, and I had already gained weight after finishing college, because I cheered all my life. So when I stopped cheering and, graduated from college, you kind of have that time period where, you kind of get that adult life going and things get put on the back burner. So I'd already had that. And then I gained an extra 15 pounds, and I just bawled. And it was that moment that I decided that I needed to do something, because I had summer to invest in myself, because that whole first year, my biggest excuse was time. I didn't have the time to invest. I didn't have the time to make dinner. I didn't have the time to go hang out with my family and my friends. I didn't have time, so I thought. And now I had all this time with it being summer. So I was sitting on the beach that very day in that bathing suit, and I was talking to my sister-in-law who had just had my nephew. It was actually his first birthday, and was talking to her about how I felt. And she was telling me that she had lost her baby weight with this 21-day program that she did. And it was right then that I had signed up that night. I pulled it up on my phone. I didn't have my credit card on me, so I waited till we got back to the house, because I had reached out to my coach and said, I saw that you were just talking about this, because literally I just friended my coach a couple days prior or a couple weeks prior, and saw that she was doing something and doing hosting accountability groups. So I reached out to her, got plugged into her accountability group. And in the first 21 days, I lost 12 of the 15 pounds, because I was investing in myself, and I had all the right tools to tell me what to do, because I was a crash dieter. I was a fad diet. I was a wraps girl. I tried pills. I did, would only eat one meal a day. I had tried it all, and it didn't work for me. And here I was doing only a 30-minute workout a day. I was portioning my meals because it told me exactly what I needed to do. It was super simple, and I didn't need to complicate anything in my life at that moment. I just needed to do something for me. So I decided after that 21 days, I was already, my teacher mind was already thinking about that next school year, because if you're a teacher, you can relate that you start thinking months and preparing months in advance before going to school and before your kids walk through your door. So I was already thinking about what I was going to do, and already knowing that what my past year was like, I was going to go right back to that with my personality. So I needed a strong enough reason to stick with my own health and fitness journey, and not just waste away and revert back to everything that I just worked so hard for over the summer to gain. So I became a coach after 21 days, and my biggest worry was time, not having time. There again, that keyword, time. And I was probably asked my coach 1,000 questions, and I probably asked her every day for 3 days before I made the decision. How much time does it take? Are you sure? Tell me more about how much time it takes. That was my biggest reason. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I know that if people are watching me, I'm not going to give up on myself, because I don't want to give up on them. And I was going to give everything that I have. Like I said, I'm an all-in kind of person. And if it didn't, I knew that I had gone all in for myself, and I had tried something. And if it didn't work, then it didn't work, and I would move on. But it worked. And here I am 6 years later. And I'm now a full-time working coach, and I'm living this lifestyle that I never would have dreamed of because, and have big dreams and goals that I knew I would never be able to accomplish as a teacher. We all know teachers don't get paid enough. Maybe I'm biased, but hopefully we all agree that teachers don't get paid enough. And I never could, dream of the things that I want to make happen in my lifetime. And I'm 29, and here I am after 5 years of teaching. I quit my job last year. I think it was like April or May. I don't even know. I'm not like a great date keeper. And I'm loving every minute of it. And I made this possible because I committed and I did the simple tasks that we're going to tell you to do when you join our team. They are simple tasks. You just have to do them. And I would incorporate them into my day in two different ways. I would, some mornings I would wake up early and I would do a few things, 30 minutes before I went to work, maybe 20 minutes. I would work through my lunch in my classroom by myself instead of going and hanging out in the teacher's lounge with everybody else and socializing. I would do a few things. When I got home from work, because I was making myself leave at that time, instead of staying super late, I was making myself leave because I had this outlet that I was excited to run home to and talk to people and bring people on this journey and help them do what I did for myself. So I would do a little work after I got home before my husband came home. I would stay up a little late. Sometimes I had bigger chunks of time. So it really depended on the day. But you can break this business down into little increments and fit it in the power pockets of your day. Whether you're TMI, but sitting on the toilet, or whether you're watching your kids at, a dance practice or gymnastics practice. I mean, you can only watch them do so many flips, right? I don't have any kids, so I can't really say anything, but you can fit it in any way that works for you. You just have to work it in. So that is my story. And I hope that something within my story relates to you. I hope that if you have the time excuse and the time worry and hesitation that I had, you remember me and wanting to, before you make the decision to coach, and remember that it's possible, because I'm here after 4.5 years of a coach. I'm now living, this is my office. I dreamed of this from, a couple years ago and decided that this is what I wanted to do. And here I am. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you for listening. We are going to next run into another Kelly. I am KB, so she's KK, Kelly King. She is a wife and a stay-at-home mom of 4. She is an elite coach, a 5-star diamond coach, and she is the founder of Knockout Kings.
All right. All right, so Jatana is building lost power, so that's why she got kicked off. So she's trying to come back. But all right, so I'm Kelly King, and I have been a coach for 5 years now. And although now I am a full-time coach, that is not where I started. I was a new mom of 3 at the time when I signed as a discount coach. I had a 3-year-old, a 1-year-old, and a newborn. And if you're a mom, you probably know where I'm coming from. I looked in the mirror and everything had shifted, changed, and rearranged, okay? And I was like, I need to do something. At the time, going to the gym wasn't really feasible with a newborn. You can't go until they're 12 weeks and all of that. So I joined a challenge group, and that was exactly what I needed at the time. It was something I could do at home. I could do it with the kids there. I could hit pause a few times if I had to feed a kid or clean up Cheerios or all of that stuff. But I noticed as soon as I started doing it, people started asking me questions. What are you doing? Like, how are you working out with 3 kids? Like, how are you losing the baby weight? And I just started kind of sharing what I was doing. I'm like, oh, I'm just doing these home workouts, like, And it dawned on me at the time, like, wait a minute. My coach is making an income. Like, this is what I need. Like, this is something that I need in my life, because at the time I was also doing home daycare. So I had my 3 kids, 3, 1, and a newborn, and I had 8 other kids in my house, okay, from roughly 8 to 4 every day. I did have an assistant, so I'm not that crazy. But I hated the fact that my kids were, or my oldest was in preschool, and I couldn't be room mom. Like, I couldn't go and pick him up at the, drop of a hat. Like, I had to work my schedule out. I had to make sure there was somebody to cover daycare, or I had to cancel daycare. Like, that was not where I saw myself as a mom. So I started just sharing what I was doing, and I decided at that point, like, I'm going full in with this. Like, this is going to get me home with just my kids. Like, I wasn't going to have to be up at 6 a.m. waiting for someone to drop their kid off. I wasn't going to have to miss out on Brody's Halloween parties at school. Like, I was going to be at home with my kids, and I was going to be the mom that I had always wanted to be. So I went full in. A year and a half later, I quit home daycare. I was able to tell my daycare parents at the end of a school year that I would not be doing home daycare come the next fall. I did home daycare for only teachers. Sorry, that didn't make sense. So now I get to be room mom. Like, I get to be the obnoxious mom and kiss and ride line, jamming out with my kids each morning. I get to be there in 5 minutes if one of my kids is sick, or if the principal calls because there's an issue. But I get to be there immediately. Like, I don't have to worry about anybody covering home daycare, or worry about, like, calling my husband and saying, like, okay, I can't leave the house. Like, you need to come home from work, which is 45 minutes away, because I have no one to do this. So here I am 5 years later. I'm still sticking to my fitness journey. I am not perfect. So if you guys think in order to be a coach, you need to be perfect, you don't. You can fall off the wagon, you get back on. That's part of this, is like, the accountability is huge. Like, when you fall off, fellow coaches, your challengers, they notice and they pick you back up, okay? It's okay to still have a drink every now and then. You don't have to be or every day. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to be perfect, okay? So I am meeting new friends, okay? I'm reconnecting with friends from high school and college, and I'm meeting new people that I would have never, ever, ever met if it wasn't for coaching. And I am building, like, a 6-figure income from home, which is crazy. Like, I get to be room mom. I get to be in the kiss and ride line. I get to be home with my kids. I get to clean my house during the day. But I get to do those things all while still bringing in the financial income to help our family with vacations, with paying for, I have 4 kids now too, with paying for 4 kids and all of that. So it's mind-blowing to me that I started this just kind of wanting to work on myself. And now it's like, I'm working on myself and helping others, bringing in an income, and, like, fulfilling that role of being a stay-at-home mom. So I was really quick, but anyways, all right. So that is my story and where I started and where I am today. And we have up next, Rin. Okay, this lady is a wife and a stay-at-home mom of 5. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. She is a diamond coach, and she is the founder of Team Fit and Fearless.
Hey, girl. Hey. Okay, so yours was quick. I'm like, how can I sum up 5 kids in 12 years that dang quick? Okay, well, so to start with me, I got to tell you a little bit about me before I had kids, because I have an 11-year-old. She's about to be 12. And before her, I was like 96 pounds, soaking wet. I could eat cheeseburgers every day of my life and not gain a pound, and that's just who I was. And then I had her, barely gained any weight, went to the hospital, left the hospital wearing, like, my jeans from before, and all the nurses are like, I really hate you. But after that, I noticed, like, I couldn't eat cheeseburgers every day anymore. Like, I had to actually focus on what I was eating, because I was starting to look chubby, and I was like, what's happening? I don't like this. So I, like, started my, we're going to call, like, a career with yo-yo dieting. I tried all the things. Like, I was going to eat just lettuce for a few days and see how that did me. Not good. Don't starve yourself. I don't recommend it. I did, like Kelly said, I think Kelly, yeah, the wraps, that, like, different pills, like, there's 2 Kelly, sorry. All the things, I tried them all. And nothing. I never stuck with anything. I even had, like, my friend had the P90X DVDs, and I was like, I can do that. That's at home. I got it. No. Nope. Tony Horton likes his pull-ups and his push-ups, and I know my coach, you heard her story in the very beginning. We have very similar stories because we both tried these things and freaking failed at them. I started going to the gym, but I was working like 65 hours a week when I had my kid. So I'd wake up in the morning, like crazy early. I'd get her ready, take her to my mom, who would either keep her all day or take her to daycare. I'd go to work. I'd get off. And then I'd go get my kid from my mom, who had to pick her up from daycare, take her to McDonald's or whatever drive-through, then go to the gym to put her in daycare again, then go home and give her a bath and go to bed. Like, that wasn't okay with me. So I didn't stick to that either. Like, I found Zumba and I loved it. And I became an instructor for like a whole week because I quit that too because it was so much time for me. But fast forward, babies 2 and 3 came very close together, and I was super, super, super unhealthy. I had high blood pressure. Medication did not bring it down. Like, I was on bed rest almost the entire time with those pregnancies, so I just gained weight. And they were like 15 months apart. So they were pretty close together. Obviously, I was no longer eating whatever, and I was gaining all this weight. With baby 3, I actually gained 70 pounds. In between all this, I tried Insanity. Like, on my memories, like it comes up on Facebook, I never made it past day 3. I'm like, day 1, Insanity, woo woo. And everyone's like messaging me and good luck, girl, that's really hard. All the while, I'm still trying to eat lettuce, thinking I can starve myself and do these really freaking insane workouts and lose weight, right? No problem. I had no one there to tell me that I was doing it all freaking wrong. Personal trainers are too expensive. Hello, I have 3 kids now, and I was on bed rest for the majority of the last 2 kids. We were broke. So when I had baby 3, and actually this day exactly, so it's weird that we're doing this call today, but on this day exactly, I posted on my social media, okay, moms, like, what do you do? How do you stay fit when you have kids at home? Like, what do you do? So I got these messages, like 20 different messages, and might I add, I only had like 200 friends on Facebook, so my following wasn't huge, but I had all these people, and what this one girl said, you need to go follow Jatana Jackson. And she was the first one who spoke. She was my coach, or she is my coach. So I went and followed her and stalked her. She did this free group, and I joined her free group, and I didn't do a dang thing in that free group. Like, I just kind of watched, and I would do like a workout or two, and I didn't have anything invested in it, and I never told people I was doing it. I never like jumped into it fully. But I was in there, and I was watching her, and I watched her for the next month. And I watched her be at home with her kids and love being at home with her kids. And she was so, like, y'all saw her pictures in the beginning. She lost all this weight. She was cute, and she had abs, and she was bubbly. And I was like miserable and broke, and I was overweight. I gained 70 pounds with baby number 3. And I had never been that big before. I was so self-conscious, so miserable, all the things. So I was like, okay, like, what do I need to do to get into your actual group? Like your group, not this free group, but your group. And she talked to me about it. And like I just mentioned, we were broke. Our like decision to how to fix being so broke was my husband was like, I'm going to go train with the Army. And he left when my third baby was 4 weeks old. So he left for 9 months when my third baby was 4 weeks old. I also went back to work full time right then when my baby was 4 weeks old because we were broke. We couldn't even pay our utility bill that month. Like, I had no clue how we were going to pull that out. Like, we had to call and make payment arrangements, and that's not fun. If you live anywhere near me, it's not fun here. But that's what we had to do. We didn't have the money. But I knew that what Jatana was doing, what my coach was doing, I knew I needed that. So right then and there, I started posting my clothes online to sell. I started posting, like, then we used Craigslist. Like, we didn't have Facebook Marketplace. I sold my clothes. I sold I had purses, like, from when I was, in college and didn't have kids. I sold whatever I could. And the day that I got the money up for it, I remember this day exactly. I was taking my daughter to cheerleading. Again, my husband was gone, y'all. It took about a month. I was driving to cheerleading, and I had met the last girl who was paying for the stuff on the way to cheer, and I had the money, dropped it off in the bank ATM, and I got to the parking lot at cheer. I was breastfeeding baby number 3. Baby number 2 was asleep in the back seat. Baby number 1 was inside cheering. And I went to her page to find her, to send her the message to say, okay, I'm ready, I'm in. And her very last post was talking about how, like, calling all moms who want to basically be a mom boss and stay at home with your kids and make money. And I was like, holy crap. I need that. Like, I work so much and I don't get any time with my kids. That's exactly what I need. So I was like, can I do that in this group too? And I jumped all in with everything. And I was like the most self-conscious person ever. So when I started as a coach, I never posted like selfies of myself. I never did anything like that, but I did jump into this challenge group that she had, and I jumped into it all in for me. And what happened was I lost 14 pounds and 17 inches in 21 days. And I was like, holy crap, I got to tell everybody. Like, I need to tell everybody. So I started posting things, and I was still like not super, like, I wasn't all about it. So I was like posting selfies with my head cut off. These memories pop up on Facebook memories, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But you got to start somewhere. I was posting videos of just my feet. Like, I was working out and you see my feet moving around. And I share those videos with the coaches on my team to say, we all start somewhere. We're not all comfortable with it. And I surely wasn't. If you follow me now, you know, I don't care now. But then I was super self-conscious. So it took a lot to get that confidence built up to do it. And I built myself, well, I had another kid, baby number 4. I had him, and then I earned this like retreat as a diamond coach, and I was so freaking excited because my income finally got to where I was really aiming for it to be. And I quit my office manager job, and I was staying at home full time with my kid, all 4 kids. I went to this diamond retreat when my 4th baby was 3 months old, and I came home, and my husband left me when my baby was 4 months old. He moved out, and I was like, instant self-doubt. There's no way that this coaching business can take care of me and all 4 of my kids when I'm not married anymore. Like, I plummeted into this like deep depression hole, and instead of like digging my way out, I was like, I'm just going to stay in this hole for a while. It took so much to pull me out of that hole, but I'm going to fast forward a bit because that story is long and you don't want to hear the depressing details, but I did pull myself out, and I found my husband now. I actually, when I decided that coaching wasn't going to take care of me and my 4 kids, I had to get 2 freaking full-time jobs to make up for what my coaching gig got me to. I got 2 jobs. I was a bartender, y'all, and a waitress. And I did these things, and I never slept, like never. And it was just like, this is just what I have to do because I'm a single mom. And then I met my husband now, and something inside me clicked, and I was like, this is bull crap. Like, there's no reason why I can't make coaching happen. Why the heck would I want to be a bartender for the rest of my life or stay at this waitressing job that sucks? So I woke up and I was like, heck no, I'm doing this. And since that day that I woke up and said, I'm doing this, I went all in with this business. I had baby number 5. I am now at home with all 5 kids, and this is my full-time job. I've gone on more diamond retreats, which is, you'll hear all about that when you join the team. But like, you get spoiled for doing your job, and you earn this income, and you get to quit like, it's freaking crazy. You get to help all these people, and you get paid for it, and you get to earn these trips. I've been to the Dominican and Mexico, and if you work for it and you really want it, you're able to get there. And you've heard from the different backgrounds from everyone. I think Jashana's back on now, so is she getting on to wrap this? Or, but that's me. Like, you see my pictures here. Okay, let me explain. The very left one, the before and after, that was when I first started, and I gained 70 pounds, and I'd never been that big in my entire life. And then the right one, like, hello, I've never been like that in my entire life. Like I never had abs, and these programs got me there. And so obviously like my confidence really, really, really came out. I work out with all my kids around me. If you've never watched, there's always kids around me. Like sometimes I'm using them as weights. You do what you got to do to get the workout done. My husband is twirling me around up there, my new husband now. That's us and our 5 kiddos. That brand new one is 6 months old now. So we have a bunch of kids, and you just find the time, you find the pockets of time, and you can work it in. I'm telling you, if I can find the time with 5 freaking kids, you can find the time. I don't sleep really ever, but it's not because I'm working all night. It's because I have 5 kids. But you find the pockets of time and you put them in. We are now living in that house, and I've never, like my oldest kid, like her dream was to have stairs in our house. And I remember she went to her dad's for one weekend, and she was coming home, and I was like, hey, we're just going to go look at this house, and maybe, I don't know if we're going to get it. And I remember pulling into this house, and Dustin, my husband, was standing inside, and we walk in, and he said, welcome home. And she was like crying. I'm going to cry talking about it, but she was like crying. She was like, are you kidding me? There's stairs in our house. Like and I'm in it right now. Like we have this house, and it's like, we're not super freaking struggling. And that's such a blessing if you don't know how bad it is to not know if you're going to pay your utility bill that month. And then to be able to move into this house that your kids want, like it's unreal. And then the top right picture, very right picture, is my headshot that I just got taken on this freaking diamond retreat that I earned for reaching these goals. Crazy. That's all I got.
That's amazing. I'm back, you guys. Oh my God, I love you, Ren. I didn't need to hear KBs or KKs, but my whole building's power went out. Like, really, I'm so glad I emailed the presentation to Kelly Bachelor, because that would have been a hot mess express. Hey, you don't have to be perfect to do this thing, right? So I'm back. Ren, I love hearing your story every single time. You guys, she's been with me for a long time, and even through the ups and downs of life, I think that's the other piece, and she might have hit on this, but we've seen her go through some really dark times, and we've seen her, in the bright, happy times when she's having her baby and when she's getting married, and it's just incredible to be a part of a group of people who can surround you through the good, the bad, the ugly. And I've seen her grow so much as a woman, so it's really been a beautiful thing. So I hope you guys heard her story, because it's an incredible one. So the image here is an image that I put in this presentation a few years ago, and obviously I've been doing this business even longer than 4 years, and sometimes these numbers make my head spin. And I'm going to tell you these numbers, and I'm going to tell you with a disclaimer that Beachbody makes us say. Listen, Beachbody does not guarantee any amount of income. We work our butts off, we have fun, and we do the things that help us get the paychecks. Our paychecks are a direct reflection of the lives that we are changing. So these numbers means more and more lives are beginning to change. More and more businesses are growing. So my very first month as a coach, I started in January. I don't even know the year. Was it 2013, I believe? My very first month, I made a total of $643. And I kind of got excited and kind of went in. We had a competition that month called Team Cup, and I went in. $643 in your first month, that's a nice freaking car payment right there. What if you could turn around and hey, hubby, I'm paying the car payment this month, right? The second January that I worked this business, so 12 months in, my full month pay was $1,927. My, let's see, 1 month, 2 months, 3, I'm calculating this right. 24th month in, which was in January, for 1 month in that January, I made $6,369. And then on my 48th month, from January 1st to the last day of January, 1 month, 30 days or 31 days, however many days are in January, I made $28,497 in 1 month. And this was, 3 years ago. So the potential for this business is insane. And I'm not even one of the top producers in the company. There are people that make a lot more money than me. What I love is the community and our team that we provide, and the camaraderie and the tribe that we have. But you guys, the potential of this business is limitless. It's insane. And I'm not trying to fluff it up. but I'm telling you from a mom who's sitting in here in her sweatpants and t-shirt and her power just got cut off and I'm sitting by the beach. I can hear the waves. My dream, right? This is real, 100% real. And it was just a mom who decided to do better for herself and found a way that worked for me, found a group of women who I loved being around, and I decided I wanted to have other women experience the same thing that I was experiencing. And now I get paid a full-time, multiple six-figure income doing what I love for my PJs, my Cowboys pajamas. I'd throw that in there. No, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know that money makes people uncomfortable, but I think it's something that it's important for you to know that if you want to jump in this, you can jump in this just to be a part of the crew and never sell a dime. The least that's going to happen in your life for becoming a coach is you get healthy and fit. Minimal. That's the risk. You get healthy and fit. That's it. Anything above that is like, it's extra. So what do we have for our next slide? If you guys have any questions, please post them in the chat and we can answer them for you. All right.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if you were going to keep rolling with it.
I will. So our team trainings, they happen on different timings. So depending on the coach that invited you to this call, they could be having team trainings that start next week or next month or whatever. But what we need you to do is we need you to reach out to the coach that invited you to the call so that we can get you plugged into our team. Like we'll be like, hey girl, we need a selfie or a headshot so we can introduce you to the team. And we all like say, welcome, welcome. We're super, super excited. But I need you after this call to like set all fears aside. Because remember what I said, the minimal that's going to happen is you get healthy and fit and you get surrounded by incredible people. But what could happen 6 years from now? For me, I'm making multiple six figures. I have the body I've always wanted at 38 years old, and I have women in my life that I would have never have met otherwise, like the women you heard from tonight. So take that chance on you, toss aside the fear, and let's do this together. All right, do we have any questions in the chat? Because my chat box is completely empty because I had to start over. Or does anybody have, you can probably turn off the presentation. Does anybody have any questions or concerns or fears that we can help answer tonight? Because you know, if you have the question, I guarantee you there's somebody else that has a question as well. And we're like super informal. So like, just because we had a cool presentation doesn't mean we don't like to just unmute our lines and chit chat. So anybody? How much does it cost? What if I don't have a big following? All those questions. Those are normal. We all have had those. Thank you for all the information. I'm definitely telling Lauren that I'm all in. Danielle, yay! Woohoo! That's awesome. That's what we want, you guys. Don't miss out on this. Like, this is your opportunity to jump on something really incredible and to be a part of an amazing group of women. Where's Amy Adams at? I see you, Amy. I see you, Boo. Went to high school.
Apple put something in the chat.
Oh, Apple. Okay. What do we need to do to start? You need to message your coach that invited you to the call, and they will send you simple 1, 2, 3 steps. They'll get you set up with what you need based on whether you are a customer or you've never been a customer before. And then we need a picture of you because we want to put you on our team page and we all want to like welcome you. That's all we need. And then from there, we will get you all set up with training. What is the startup cost? I was waiting for that one because I knew somebody would ask that one, right? You're like, how much does it cost? Okay, so if you are a customer already, meaning you're a challenger, the cost is not really any different than there's not a difference between being a coach and being a challenger. The only thing that we add on is there's $15.95 a month website fee, but you get 25% off all of your product. So actually, it's cheaper to become a coach than to stay a challenger. Cheaper to become a coach than to stay a challenger. So I don't know if you've ever been a part of any other businesses where they're like preferred customers, discount customers, whatever you want to call it. Basically, your monthly fee is your $15.95 a month to have a website. That's it. And then you get 25% off of your product. Now, if you've never bought a challenge pack before, then you buy the challenge pack. It gets you your Shakeology. It gets you your bod for a year, Beachbody On Demand, which is a full year of any workout Beachbody's ever created in your like Netflix style setup. It's absolutely incredible. From your computer, from your TV, from your phone, anywhere. You don't even need Wi-Fi to use it. You can download workouts. All that will be at your fingertips. And so we'll pick a workout for you. We'll help you pick out a workout. We will pick a flavor of Shakeology based on what you like. We'll get you into a challenge pack, and that waives your coaching fee, which is typically $40. But if you're already a customer, then there's a whole nother rigmarole. So my answer to that question is it's $15.95 a month for your website. And you get 25% off the product, so you don't pay the full price. What are the financial obligations to Beachbody each month? That's it right there, $15.95. We could get into the details of active versus inactive, but that's like next level training. I'm super nervous about making my entire life public. I love that, Jessica. Thank you for saying that. Okay, first and foremost, at least on Facebook, you have the opportunity to put friends only or public when you post. And we can teach you how to do that. So don't feel like just because you become a coach, your whole world has to be open to the whole world. That's not the case. What we are looking for, especially in the beginning, is we want to teach you how to emerge on social media in front of your loved ones, your safe space, your comfort, the people who follow you because they love you, the people who are Facebook friends with you because they're your friends and family. And from there, your confidence will grow, things will get a little bit simpler, and we'll teach you how to discover people that you would have never have met otherwise. You guys, these people that are on, Ren and I did not know each other before Beachbody. She found me on Facebook because I put myself out there. Ren's life is different because she connected with me and became a part of Beachbody. Who knows what would have happened when she went through that divorce and she didn't have that community of women around her. I wouldn't want to see that. And so because my profile became more public because I got more comfortable, Ren was able to have access to that, and I was able to speak into her life, and now she's here on the call and she's owning it and she's a boss babe. So that just a little testament to how incredible this journey is. What other questions do you guys have? These are really good. Because you know what, you're asking them, and everybody else is asking them too.
I want to make a comment on the social media for a second, because I was also equally as worried. I actually, before I started, I deleted and deactivated my whole Instagram, or actually I don't even think I had Instagram at the time, Facebook, shut it down, restarted it, and then I decided to become a coach. And through the last several years, I have grown as a person and have become my true authentic self through sharing my strengths and my vulnerabilities and my weaknesses through social media. And it has allowed me to grow as a person because I've done things that originally were uncomfortable. It's like riding a bike. When you first start riding a bike, you're not good at it. You've got the training wheels. It's frustrating. You might fall down. You might cry, but if you keep at it, you're eventually going to learn how to ride the bike. And it's going to be the ride of a lifetime, your first time without the training wheels. And that's how I have felt through social media and sharing. I was scared. Like, I literally was shaking. My mouth was dry. I wrote out my entire first live on a piece of paper. I typed it out and read it on a piece of paper because I was so nervous. But the more you continue to do something, the more comfortable you're going to feel, and you're going to grow as a person. And through this journey and sharing my vulnerabilities and all the things that I was like scared beyond belief to do when I first started, I have been able to learn that it's okay to be me. I've accepted who I am, and I've got people who are following me that love who I am, that support who I am, and wrap their arms around me when I'm the best, when I'm the worst. And I've gotten that through sharing my experience and my my good days, my bad days, my ugly days, because you're going to find people that you connect with. And if people don't connect with you, that's fine. They're not your tribe. They're not going to be able to connect with you. And that everyone on this call, all the girls that we went on a retreat with that I just came back off, I just made a post saying that I was never that girl that had a ton of Facebook or a ton of like girlfriends, because I was too opinionated, too out there. And I went on this trip and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm surrounded by a bunch of girls that are like me. And I loved every second of it. And I wouldn't have all of that. And I wouldn't have all these friendships and connections if I didn't put myself out there. So don't worry about social media. That's part of what the training that you're going to go through is going to help you. But if you're willing to be vulnerable and kind of step in and lean into being uncomfortable and do it, even if you're shaking and even if you're scared and even if you get off and you're like, oh my gosh, I need a glass of wine, but you still did it, you're going to feel amazing after you do it, and you're going to grow. But you have to let yourself to grow.
Absolutely. Stevie asked a question. Stevie said, so does the income only come from from others using or ordering the product? Or what if people only wanted to sign up for the workouts? Okay, so your income is in two sections. First, it's commission. So you earn a commission based off of people ordering the products from you, whether it's Beachbody On Demand, the $99 subscription for a year, or it's Shakeology, or it's the pre-workout, or the collagen peptides, or the beach bars. There's several different products that we have that allow you to offer it to your customers. Typically, our normal procedure is we put them in a challenge pack and lets them get Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology at a better rate. And then we get them results. And then as we start to get them results in their first T25 round or their first 21-day fix round, whatever program you help put them in, and they get those before and afters, then they're like, okay, I need the pre-workout. Okay, I want the beach bars. I'm tired of buying Luna bars at the gas station. And I want the collagen peptides because I heard that was really fancy and everybody should be putting it in their coffee. People start consuming these products, and that is your commission-based paycheck. Now, the other tier of it, and where larger amounts of income comes from, is when you are able to produce people who fall in love with the journey and the process, and they say, I want to become a coach. And you're like, okay, you want to be a coach of my team? Like, well, what do I do? This girl wants to be a coach of my team. You come alongside them and you say, we need to go find some people to be in your first challenge group. And we have training for that. And your coach will come alongside you and help you with that, and help you with the invites, and help you with the conversations, and help you with the follow-ups. And then you have somebody that turns into a Kelly King. Kelly King was in my challenge group. She kind of participated. She wasn't really into posting in my challenge group, but then she decided to become a discount coach. She might have said this in her story. She decided to become a discount coach. And then she decided to start working the business because she said, she's a mom, I'm a mom, why can't I do this? And now she's making a full-time income, making incredible income, and also making incredible friends by being a part of this team. So, two sides, sorry, long story short. There's commission, and then there's team building. Both happen, you get great success, but either one can be a way of earning income in this business. Is there ample scientific information? Oh my gosh, y'all getting hardcore here. Is there ample scientific information available for us to learn more about the products? Absolutely. Our development team is they're beyond my brain power. I can't, Darren O'Lean and Isabel Deichler and all of their science people behind the way the nutrition system works, the way Shakeology is formulated, our collagen peptides, our pre-workout is I don't know if you guys have tried any of the pre-workouts at GNC or bodybuilding.com. That stuff will be careful with what you consume. But I'm very proud to stand behind what products Beachbody puts out, because they are actually to the point where I'm like, okay, can we just have a little bit more of that bang in there? No, they are very specific in what they put and wholesome with what they put into our products. Outside of the shakes, are there other supplements and products also vegan? Yes, we are rolling out with a lot. Actually, vegan has become kind of the it thing. Does anybody want to list out the products that we have that are vegan?
So I have to do all vegan because of breastfeeding. The baby does not handle like milk very well, so I can't do anything that has dairy in it. And I can take everything that everyone else takes on here because it's all like we have vegan versions of everything. Our Shakeology, I drink vegan. It's also, I liked it before I was breastfeeding. I did it when I was pregnant and breastfeeding. I've had 5 kids. I've done this through 3 of them. So I did that through 3 of them, the vegan version. I did our Energize, the pre-workout, which I have a naturally high heart rate. Like resting, it's over 100 already. I had problems all my life. And I can take our pre-workout and it doesn't bother it at all. It's also made from plants, super fine. And then the recovery formula, they just recently actually came out with a vegan version, which was awesome. Like that made my day because I couldn't take it while breastfeeding baby number 5. But now I can. So like everything, you can get it.
Yep, and I believe vegan beach bars were just also announced to be
They're coming out by the end of this year, right?
Yep.
Or was it spring? Sometime. They are coming out.
Yep. All right. So what do we do next? We message the person that invite us to the call. Send us a selfie so that we can introduce you to the team, and then we get you started. Do not let fear stop you from this incredible opportunity and being a part of this incredible team, because I promise you, a year from now, 5 years from now, you're going to be one of these people speaking, telling your testimony of how it's changed your life. Thank you so much for being on. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the team page. Bye, y'all.